Hello, everyone, and welcome to another bonus episode of the SempreMilan podcast on Substack. This week, we are going to be talking about our new coach, Sergio Conceicao, who arrived on the 30th of December and has signed a deal until 2026. Happy Friday, boys.
Top of the morning.
Happy Friday. Last day of Christmas break.
Yeah,
well, not for me. Or not for AJ.
Spring break forever.
Yeah, it's that weird time as well where like the days aren't making sense to me. It don't feel like a Friday one bit.
Brother, that's been 2 months.
Is this like your normal life?
Maybe. Anyway, we've got the Super Cup later on, which is in Saudi Arabia. Inter got through last night, beat Atalanta 2-0. So winner of our game against Juventus plays them, obviously. And as of a few days ago, it looked like Fonseca would be leading us out to Saudi Arabia. But that is not the case. Sacked him on the morning after the Roma game. Well, he was sacked the night of, but official statement comes out the morning after. And then literally a few hours after that, Conceicao's flying into Italy and he's announced as the new head coach. It was all done very quickly. We gave our thoughts on the manner that it was all handled in the main pod. So go listen to that because we all had a little bit of a rant and that's gone past 5K on YouTube. So thank you to everybody who has watched that. That's one of our best performing episodes.
You know, this thank you is going out to like 15, 20 people.
The best 15, 20
loyal,
people.
the most loyal.
You guys know why MJ's listening again.
MJ is back. The return of MJ.
It's everything we Christmas money, man. You just need a little bit of money to pay for it.
There you go.
And I've already said when it comes to reading out the founding members on the main pod, he's going back in his original place in the list just to show that there's no grudges held here. You're back with the family. So thank you for that, MJ. Sergio Conceicao is here. I think, as we kind of touched on a few days ago, he's probably the one that we would have preferred to have got in the summer if we had a choice of the Portuguese coaches. Mainly because his CV, his track record, and some people would argue, I guess, his style and his experience at top clubs in Serie A as a player and things like that all add up in his favour over Fonseca, who is probably just a rung below in terms of coaches. We had the Fonseca experiment. It failed. I think the first thing that we should talk about is, are you surprised that we've gone for somebody like Conceicao? Because, okay, they're Portuguese and maybe that's where the big similarities end. But ultimately, Conceicao has been called like the Portuguese Conte. He's known as being a bit of a disciplinarian. He's had the players doing double sessions already, and some people would say rightly so. He's got quite a hardline approach. He'll call out bullshit. So it's almost like the things where Fonseca fell apart has gone up to another level. So are we surprised about this?
I don't know if that's where Fonseca fell apart. I think that Pioli didn't do any of that stuff. And then Fonseca was like kind of like dipping our toes in the water. And then Conceicao's going to be like doing a cannonball.
I think it definitely helps his case if, like, when you're a strict kind of no bullshit tough guy manager, it helps when you have something to back it up. And in his case, it's 3 league titles, 4 Portuguese cups, 1 Belgian cup, 1 Portuguese League Cup winner, and 3 Portuguese Super Cups. So he's got trophies. He's the winningest manager in Porto history. He's going to be, I believe, the winningest manager we've ever had at the time of hiring. We tend to hire guys who don't have many trophies, which is fine. You can build into it. You look at Ancelotti, you look at Capello, Sacchi, even Pioli, who only had 1, but never had any prior. And they were more friendlier figures. And when you bring in an angrier guy, or not even angry, but like a meaner, tougher dude, like you said, a Conte, you have to know that it works. Like a lot of players that fail in a Conte system are the ones who just, they don't have the mentality for it, obviously, but also the ones who look at it and go, well, why is this guy being like this? Like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't necessary. You could win without being a dick. But then you look at it and you go, oh, well, he's won a lot. Maybe this is the right thing to do. And then you buy into it. And those are the people who succeed. So maybe it'll be the same thing. Obviously, the Portuguese league is different. Some people consider it a top 5 league over the French league.